Festival in Arizona. We are talking to Nostalgix.
Hello everybody, thank you for having me.
Of course. So, how did you first get into DJing and producing? Like, what was that like for you?
I started DJing in 2015, which is crazy because I always thought it was actually 2017.
Really?
Yesterday I was kind of going through like old mixes, old photos, and I just saw like little photos of like me DJing in like my university, like in like this little pit, 2015.
That's crazy.
So 8 years.
Did it fly by, you think?
Yeah, it's actually like crazy how quick it's gone by because like I just started DJing for fun because I just really liked electronic music. I fell in love with like the culture, the music, the energy, and I just wanted to learn about it. So I was like, I'm just gonna DJ. I'm not gonna call myself a DJ. I'm just gonna do one show and then that's it. I'm gonna stop doing this. And then it just I started DJing and then I eventually played one show and then people just kept asking me and I was like, oh, okay, now we're here. 8 years later.
Crazy. I love that. And then, so you recently released War with Rico Nasty. So what was your favorite part about that collab?
I think just the energy and bringing the two worlds together. I think for me, Rico Nasty is just such a powerhouse and unique artist. She's just so herself and like the energy just really carries to the track. So for me, like I'd written that instrumental maybe like 5 months ago, and then once we recorded the vocals for it, I was like, okay, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna go back and like just rework the whole thing. Cause I was like, I want this song to just feel like very powerful, very dramatic.
Energetic.
Yeah.
Explosion. That's so fun. So outside of your music, how else do you express yourself like creatively?
Ooh, I think honestly, I just been on tour. Like I'm on tour all the time. We're like in the studio, so I feel like that's kind of what I do right now. But outside of that, I feel like when I have time, I like to just take me time. Like I like to meditate. I like to work out, and I feel like just taking care of my health and then hitting the studio is like usually like my day to day.
I feel like a lot of people do say that though. They're like, I really just want a moment to myself, and like that's cool. Like to have, I don't know, self-care, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes you don't get it when you're like doing so many shows in a row because it's like you get back and then you're packing and then
it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. No, that's crazy. So what kind of show or festival has been your personal favorite in your career so far?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I feel like playing EDC opening ceremony was a very crazy experience this year because it was just such a surreal moment to get to really open up EDC and like get to be like the first set that people experience. I worked so hard for that set. Like it was like weeks of me just not sleeping, preparing, and it was very cool to like see it all come together.
And then you get to like soak it in, and that's honestly really sick. Like I can't even imagine that. No,
it was really sick.
Many artists have a unique sound. So what do you think inspires like your sound, or like where do you pull from?
So interesting because I feel like when you start as an artist, the thing that you want is to like have a sound and find your sound, and you're like, well, how the hell do I find my sound? But something I've learned is it comes with time. It comes with like making a lot of music and then being authentic with what you're making. So like you're making what feels true to you, and then naturally through like making a lot of records.
Yeah, it just shines through. Like
as
you go
through.
with it.
Exactly.
Because like I thought about that myself. Like I always hear people like say it, and I'm like, what does that mean? Because like I've never made music, but like I can tell distinctly when I'm listening to like different artists. So very interesting.
I know,
it's
it
so
really
cool.
is.
Like, and then so your track "Superfly" with Michael Sparks is wildly successful. So what does that song mean to you?
See, I actually I had that idea for that song before like Michael and I even got into the studio, and I kind of had it written. I don't remember like why I wrote it, but I'd written this idea in my like little like writing journal for lyrics, and I just had it sitting there. And I was always like, I want to do something really like dope with this. And then me and Michael were in the studio working on the beat, the instrumental, and then I was like, wait a second, let's try something here, and it just immediately was just like in one session, we're like, this is the song.
No, what? That song is insane. Like, I remember seeing you play it live one time, and I think it's one of the sickest videos I've ever gotten. Like, it was in Brooklyn, and it was so sick. Like, the energy was unbelievable, and I don't know. I love it so much.
I feel like I've since the day that like we made that song, it's been like one of like my favorite songs to like play out. So like even before it was like ready to play out, before we like even mixed and mastered it, I was like already like testing it out in sets, and I'm like, this is so fly.
No, I love it. It's so good. And then, so what does your creative process look like?
I think right now my creative process is like a little bit all over the place because I'm like, anytime I get in the studio, I'm gonna like use it. But I think for me, I kind of just like when I'm starting to write a new song or like starting something fresh, I feel like I very much get inspired by vocals recently. So I'll kind of like lay down some drums, maybe lay down like a bass line or something just a little bit catchy, and then just start freestyling over it.
No
and
way.
I usually come up with like a cool idea. Sometimes I'll just take my vocal off after that, but I feel like for me it's like a cool way to get like a good idea across.
Yeah, like a good foundation. And that's really cool. Oh, so what is the most rewarding part about being a DJ?
Most rewarding? Ooh, I love meeting fans. I think that's like the sickest part is like you do all these shows and like you're on stage, so you don't really get to talk to people, but then the moment you get to actually see someone like face to face, it's like, hey, like I drove out like 6 hours to see you, I have a tattoo of your logo, and like all these things. It's just like the craziest thing.
It's
like,
so
wow,
cool. Like I can't even imagine
you care
like,
that much. It's crazy.
No, that's awesome. So what's next for you, or what are you most excited about for like this coming year?
Right now, I've been working on this for like the last few months, but I think over the next few months, like end of the year, is when I'm really gonna hone it in. But I've just been really working on like a new show, visuals, and like a lot of things that are gonna add to the Nostalgix experience of like when you come and see me live in the new year. So that's something I've been very excited for. It's been a lot of time, a lot of energy, and it's really cool to now be seeing it come to fruition.
No, that's really exciting. I'm excited for that. And then lastly, what advice do you have for aspiring female DJs and producers?
Ooh. Go for it. Don't let anybody stop you. Whatever you want, you can get it. So go after it and don't let anybody tell you shit.
Murder. I like that. No, but thank you so much. Seriously, this was awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.